Guten Erev Shabbos, my dear friends. Parshas Behar. Here in Brooklyn, we light the candles at 7:57. Men, make sure to put on tefillin. And please have in mind our brothers and sisters in Eretz Israel, the hostages to come back safe, and for the Jews around the world to be safe. So tomorrow night is going to be Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day of the Omer, which is a very joyous day, the day we celebrate Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. He's a sage that lived around 2,000 years ago, and this is the day of his passing. He's buried in Israel, in Miron, in northern Israel, and the site of his burial place is the second most visited place of the holy site in Eretz Israel after the Western Wall. And the question is double. Number one, why is he singled out? We had thousands of sages throughout the years. Why do we celebrate his day more than anybody else? And number two, we know a day of passing usually is a day of mourning, a day of fasting, a day of that Moses passed away, the 7th of Adar is considered a day of fasting in certain communities. So the question is, why do we celebrate this day? And there is one answer that answers both questions. Why is the day of passing of a tzaddik considered a sad day? For whom is it sad? It is for us who live in this world where he's missing here. When the tzaddik goes away, his presence is missed. For the tzaddik himself, that day is a day of elevation. The neshama goes higher, goes stronger. And this is why Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is different. Because Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai revealed to us the deeper aspect of the Torah. That aspect of Torah that usually is only celebrated by those who live in the higher world, that they are able to appreciate. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai taught us the Zohar, the deeper meanings of the Torah, which continued with the Arizal, Rabbi Yitzchak Luria, and later with the Baal Shem Tov and the Chassidus, that reveals the deeper meaning of the Torah. And because he revealed to us the deeper meaning of the Torah on that day when he passed away, so basically what he's saying is, my children, this is a day to celebrate. Because on this day, you're able to connect to the deeper meaning of the reality of this world. There's a story, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, there was once a couple that was married for 10 years, and they didn't have children. And in the Torah it says, in the Talmud it says that if you're married for 10 years, you have no children, you have obligation to make children, so you got to divorce, you got to separate, find somebody else. So they came to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Said, Rabbi, what should we do? So he told them, listen, just like you had a mitzvah to marry and you make a big celebration, you do this also is a mitzvah to separate. Make also a big party for the separation. And they made this party. And they both came and they were there with their friends, and the husband got drunk, and during the meal, he said to his wife, listen, I know we're parting ways, but I want you to take anything that you want from this house. You can take anything that you wish. And he was drunk and he fell asleep, and she told her servants to take him and to bring him to her father's house. And he wakes up and finds himself in his father's house. He says, what am I doing here? So his wife says, you told me to take anything I like you, so I brought you home. What do we do now? So again, they come to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And when they came to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, told them what happened, then he prayed for them, and they had children. And the Rabbi explains what just happened. What happened was, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai wanted to reveal within them the deeper connection. When that deeper connection that was revealed within them, that they really like each other, and for nothing else, because just they like each other, the love between them is just because they love each other. That deeper connection was able to reveal the deeper blessings. And the same thing, says the Rebbe, is our connection with Hashem. When we choose, when we say to Hashem, God, we choose you no matter what, Hashem chooses us, and it reveals the deeper connection that is between us and Hashem. This is also what we see in the Pasha. In the Pasha, we read about the years of Shemitah, that every seventh year the earth should rest, not to work the field. And the Torah says, what if you're going to ask, where am I going to have my food if I don't work my field in the seventh year? So the Hashem says, if you keep my laws, I will make sure that the sixth year will bring enough food for the sixth and the seventh and the eighth year. Hashem shows us that when we connect to Hashem, the blessings, the physical blessings, goes beyond the nature. And in this way, we connect to Hashem beyond the nature. We follow in the ways of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and as it says in the Zohar, that with this teachings of Chassidus, the deeper meaning of the Torah, we will be able to see the revealed blessings through the coming of Mashiach very soon. Amen. Have a good Shabbos.